Imagine being at the very top of your career, standing on stage in front of thousands of cheering fans, your voice filling the arena with music that people have grown up listening to, and then suddenly, without warning, your body begins to fail you. The strength you've relied on, the energy that fuels your performances, it all slips away in an instant. That's exactly what happened to Alejandro Fernández, one of the most iconic voices in Latin music, known to millions as El Potrillo. Just a short while ago, he was on the brink of collapse, battling an invisible enemy that nearly stole his ability to do what he loves most, singing for his audience. Today, we're diving deep into his story, the terrifying health scare that almost brought him down, the emotional support from fans and loved ones, and the powerful comeback that reminded everyone why Alejandro Fernández is a living legend. This is not just a story about music. It's about resilience, family, and the unshakable bond between an artist and his audience. Alejandro had always been admired not only for his voice, but also for his commitment. No matter how difficult the circumstances, he showed up for his fans. But earlier this year, that dedication was put to the ultimate test. It started with what seemed like something minor, an eye allergy. At first, no one could have imagined that this small issue would spiral into something so serious. He sought medical treatment like anyone would, but the medication prescribed turned out to be more dangerous than anyone expected. The medicine was strong, designed to help with his allergy, but it triggered something hidden inside his body. Unbeknownst to him, Alejandro had a dangerous bacteria encapsulated in his system, Salmonella. The moment the powerful drug interacted with it, his entire body began to suffer. What started as simple discomfort soon escalated into excruciating pain. His stomach felt like it was being torn apart from the inside, leaving him unable to eat, drink, or even walk without feeling a sharp, unbearable sting. For someone used to standing tall in front of sold-out arenas, the sudden weakness was devastating. In a heartfelt television interview, Alejandro opened up about those days of despair. With visible emotion, he explained how helpless he felt, as if his own body had betrayed him. Fans who saw the interview couldn't believe the transformation. Their strong, confident idol suddenly seemed vulnerable, fragile even. Social media exploded with concern. Thousands of messages poured in, words of love, prayers, encouragement, reminding him that he wasn't alone. Even celebrities close to him reached out. TV personality Lily Estefan revealed she personally called Alejandro to check on him. She confessed she was deeply worried, but also relieved to learn that he was on the road to recovery. For his fans, this showed just how beloved he truly is, not just as a performer, but as a person. For Alejandro, the hardest part wasn't just the physical pain, it was canceling shows. Known for his deep commitment to his audience, he had rarely ever stepped away from the stage. But in those dark days, even the simple act of standing was unbearable. Doctors warned that if he pushed himself, his health could spiral further. So, with a heavy heart, he postponed several concerts. Fans who had bought tickets and traveled long distances were disappointed, but most responded with compassion, flooding his social media with words like, "Tu salud primero," your health comes first. That overwhelming support touched him deeply. He later admitted that those messages gave him the strength to keep fighting, even when it felt impossible. Alejandro said it reminded him that his connection with his fans went beyond music. It was a bond of loyalty and love, built over decades of sharing joy and heartbreak through song. As the days passed, Alejandro focused entirely on recovery. He followed strict medical instructions, changed his diet, and leaned on his family for support. His daughter, Camila, often visited, reminding him that music was still waiting for him. She would sing softly at his side. their voices blending in moments that felt healing in more ways than one. Friends from the industry checked in, while his loyal fans continued sending prayers and encouragement. Slowly, the weakness began to fade, replaced by a quiet determination. Alejandro admitted later that there were moments he doubted he'd ever return to the stage, but that fear only fueled his gratitude when progress came. Each step, each meal without pain, felt like a small victory. Deep down, he knew he wasn't just recovering for himself. He was fighting to once again stand before his audience, the place where he felt most alive. When Alejandro finally felt strong enough, he chose the perfect moment for his comeback. Las Vegas, a city that had always embraced him with open arms. The announcement alone sent waves of excitement through fans who had feared the worst just weeks earlier. On the night of the show, the energy inside the venue was electric. The crowd roared as the lights dimmed, anticipation building with every passing second. Then, Alejandro appeared, his presence commanding yet humble, his smile wide with gratitude. What made the night even more emotional was the presence of his daughter Camila on stage, joining him for a heartfelt performance that left many in tears. And among the audience was his mother, watching proudly as her son reclaimed the spotlight. That evening wasn't just another concert. It was a declaration that resilience, love, and music could overcome even the darkest challenges. As the night went on, Alejandro's voice carried more than just melodies. It carried the story of survival. Every lyric seemed infused with gratitude, every note a reminder of how fragile and precious life can be. Fans noticed a new depth in his delivery, as though the struggles he endured had unlocked emotions impossible to fake. When he paused between songs, he didn't shy away from sharing pieces of his journey, admitting how close he had come to losing not only his health, but also his ability to perform. The audience responded with thunderous applause, shouts of encouragement, and tears that mirrored his own emotions. Camila's presence gave the performance an even more intimate layer, as father and daughter exchanged glances that spoke of strength, family, and unbreakable bonds. For Alejandro, this wasn't just a concert. It was proof that music heals not only those who listen, but also the one who sings. In one of the most emotional moments of the night, Alejandro welcomed Camila back on stage for a duet that highlighted not only their musical chemistry, but also their family bond. Their voices blended beautifully, creating an atmosphere of unity and resilience that the audience will never forget. Fans held up phones with lights shining like stars, capturing the magic of a father and daughter sharing music after such a turbulent time. Alejandro looked visibly moved, his eyes glistening as he sang while holding Camila's hand, almost as if drawing strength from her presence. For the crowd, it felt like witnessing a rebirth, an artist who had walked through pain and uncertainty, now standing stronger and more grateful than ever. The cheers were deafening, echoing a collective sense of relief and joy that their beloved performer was truly back where he belonged. As the concert drew to a close, Alejandro took a moment to address his fans directly. With a trembling voice but steady gaze, he thanked them for their unwavering love and prayers, admitting that their support carried him through the darkest days. He acknowledged how fragile life can be, how quickly health can slip away, and how important it is to hold on to what truly matters: family, music, and the people who believe in you. The audience listened in complete silence, many moved to tears by his honesty. Then, with renewed energy, he performed one last powerful song, leaving everything he had on the stage. The applause seemed endless, waves of gratitude flowing between artist and fans. That night in Las Vegas wasn't just another concert. It was a testament to resilience, love, and the healing power of music. Alejandro Fernández had proven once again that even at the edge of collapse, true artists rise stronger.